Hello, my dear friendsitas. I have collected for you different viral Instagram artworks, photos, animations, and so much more, so that you can look at them and get inspired or become a hater and comment, "This is." I do get that pretty often too, but my mom told me that my artworks are good, so I trust her. Anyway, let's get into the virals. The first artist today is Burnt Toast, and he does a pretty cool artworks, for example like this, it's Corona times, I mean this looks amazing. It's just the ideas that he has are so crazy, like how to catch an artist, this is so true. Or for example here, Trump setting the world on fire. Or this one, where he's actually doing a carousel and you have to swipe to see the full artwork, and okay, he's hitting Trump again. Okay, this guy really hates Trump. Or this one again where he's hitting this virus. Wait, is it gonna hit Trump again or what is happening here? Okay, not Trump this time, but still pretty cool. This type of illustrations recently became pretty popular on Instagram, especially if there's some cool idea behind it, like here. Next, I wanted to continue with some other illustrations, but this time they're animated. Marcus Magnusson. Just look at this, isn't this fantastic? Just screaming and then finally get the flowers, and then it's Valentine's Day, so there are cool ideas behind the animations, that's why they went viral. Or another one pretty cool one from him, I will shut up so that we can listen to the animation. So as you can see, the idea is basically that, it's 2020 and everyone is just looking for toilet paper, and when you get the jackpot, toilet paper, boom boom. Let's continue. Okay, now we go to more of a fine type of artworks, and this person here, Shannon Cartier Lucy, is doing some very unique artworks. So for example, look at this. I mean, this is pretty dope. It's like, it's a woman that is killing herself but also smiling at the same. It's so emotional. I don't really know exactly the idea behind the artwork, what it's trying to tell us, but it's very emotional. I was like, wow, this is really strong. Or for example here, where she's trying to cut her hand, it's like, it just makes you go, I don't know. Or this one, I mean, playing basketball, but these ideas, there's a why it looks so cool, is because it's a fine art. And usually when we look at fine art, we expect some kind of portraits or some, boring stuff, like normal, usual stuff. But here, she's doing something very unique, it's just something that you would not expect. And also it's, of course, it's very beautifully painted. Next, continue to something that is closer to me, which is editing images, and it's from this guy Kyle Thompson, a photographer from Portland. I would like to start with this image here, which is really dope. I mean, it reminds me of Stranger Things. It has this 80s vibe and it's edited so well. The color here is perfect, the color of his hand is perfect. Or for example, this image here, I mean, this one is actually probably a little bit more difficult. I don't really know if he really, put water in his apartment. I don't know how exactly he did it, but what I would guess is that first of all, he took an image of some type of like water place, like a lake, some brown lake, something like that, very, very dirty lake basically. And then he took an image of himself sitting on his sofa with his legs wet. So basically he made his pants wet before doing that, and then he combined that image of a leg with his pants, and that's why it looks so realistic. Maybe he did actually really, maybe there is no Photoshop behind it, I don't know. Or for example, okay, here there's definitely no Photoshop behind this artwork. It looks too realistic, and I think he actually went into the water to take this image, which is crazy, like how hard you try in order to make one image. Most people don't do that. Most people just take camera and just boom boom boom, whatever they see. But this guy actually went into the water to take this image. I mean, wow. Or here again, I mean, I don't know if I would do this. He's literally making himself wet and dirty for this image. Of course, it's a stunning image. Or here again. So this one is even more complicated because first of all, he had to possibly dig the dirt, and it's even called grave, and then put some water inside it and then sit there all dirty, wet, in this cold. I don't know, maybe it's warm there, but okay, the last one. Okay, this one is probably the easiest among all of them, at least that's what I think, because the way he did it is basically you took bags, fill them with water, and then you just put them on top of you. Because there's water in the bags, it's going to create this type of really unique reflection. Okay, so now we go to video magic. Let's just look at this very, very quick. This one actually also went viral on Instagram Reels, I think. So yeah, as you can see, it's a pretty dope animation. It's probably created, okay, it's created using Blender. Theoretically speaking, it's not supposed to be that difficult. I mean, I don't know Blender, but I know After Effects, and I feel like I could do this in After Effects as well. But it's not the technicality, it's actually the idea and execution, which looks just amazing. So as you can see, if you want to do some really crazy video edits, then of course you need to learn 3D, you need to learn Blender, After Effects, if that's what you want to do. Next guy here took video editing to a whole new level. It's not as artistic as previous artists. I mean, the colors are not so good and so on, but the idea and execution is so cool. It's very trippy. Let's have a look at it. Boom. Wow, what a journey, right? So this is not something that you could, compare to fine art in terms of colors and feeling, but I mean, it's so interesting to look at this and it's so well executed. I love it. It's crazy. Let's just have a look at this guy. What is his name? Okay, he doesn't have the name, but still crazy. Another actually video from him, which is not as complicated as previous one, but also pretty cool. So yeah, you get it, right? It's just so the way this was done, basically it's a drone footage, at least that's how I think it is. It's a drone footage going around the building, and then he also has this dancer, which he also probably captured like in circles, and after that he has to cut her from the background and put her on top of there so that they match. So next we have here more of a Photoshop edits, and this edit was pretty cool. And of course, you and me, we have seen tons of different artworks with moons, stars and so on, and all of them look pretty similar. But this one, for some reason, it really stands out. I feel like the moons here are different, they look so realistic, the editing is so good, the colors, the darkness, the orange here, everything is just mwah. For example, here, another artwork from the same artist, also pretty cool, because this actually looks pretty scary. If you look here and imagine if you were standing there and you see waves, clouds, some planets, you would go like, oh my god, I'm dead. Or at least you're going to be soon, because I don't know how you survive this. Next we have something pretty unique, I would say. It's Lucia Perezova, I think that's how you pronounce the name. She's a makeup artist. And I know if you're into video editing or photo editing, you don't really think of makeup artists as maybe something cool, I don't know. At least that's what I saw before I saw her and many other makeup artists doing crazy stuff with their faces. For example, just look at this artwork. First of all, when I saw it, I was like, wait, what? Did she draw inside her eye? But then I realized, no, it's actually, she closed her eyes, and then she drew over the eye. I mean, just imagine how effing difficult is this. Like, this is crazy difficult, I think. Or for example, this one just looks so amazing. It actually looks pretty realistic. Imagine you have to get the perspective right in order to make it feel like there's really water dropping into this hole. Or this one of my favorites, just mwah. Amazing. Colors perfect, feeling perfect, very, very highly artistic, I would say. Okay, and the last person on our list, which is also very, very unique artist. And let's start with the artwork that went viral from him, of her. Wait, let me just check first. Is this a girl or Baptiste PCQ? Okay, I think it's a guy, but yeah, probably, I don't know. Anyway, so if you look here, let me just turn on the sound. Went viral. I have been seeing it on many different art pages, sharing over and over again. And what this guy basically does is he's taking some famous paintings and then he's separating them into layers and animating them in After Effects. Yeah, this is probably After Effects. I mean, I can definitely do that in After Effects, so I think this is After Effects. The way he does it, for example, here, he has to separate every single layer, the hands, he has to separate, the scents, he has to separate the eyes, and then he can animate them separately. So he's probably using Photoshop to separate them layer by layer, and then he's using After Effects to create different cool effects for specific parts of the artwork. Another one, very cool one from him, I thought this was crazy. I mean, just look at this. Tell me you didn't love it. If you didn't love it, then I don't know what I would do. I would probably jump from that window. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Just before you go, I need to share with you some really important information for you so that you can level up your skills. If you want to create top artworks and also animations, make sure to check out my website learnfromfred.com, where I actually teach people most of the stuff that you saw here, well, except the 3D stuff, but how to create crazy image edits and how to use After Effects to create crazy animation. All you need to do is you go to learnfromfred.com, and here, as you can see, it says want to master Photoshop, choose your path, and then you choose whether you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced for professionals basically. And depending on what path you choose, you will get different classes that I advise you to complete. For example, learn new techniques, first class, second class, dreamy artwork, and so on, unique art ideas, and so on. These are all the classes that you can complete in order to go from professional to extreme level and actually level up. Even if you're professional or if you're just starting, you can start from Photoshop basics. You can also see what type of cool artworks my students have been creating here, and it all costs just $9 for your first month. So basically it's a 50% discount for first month. After that, it's $19 per month. You can cancel any time, there's no commitment. With that said, I really hope you enjoyed this and this was useful for you. You got some cool inspiration. If you want to make sure you don't miss this type of videos, just turn on bell notifications and subscribe so that I can inspire you more. My dear friends, it does whiskey. Bye bye.